Hey everyone, you're going to want to hear about something really big that's happening in the cryptocurrency industry right now. Get this. The DTCC website now officially features 11 XRP ETF products. Yes, you heard correctly. 11. The question we're all asking is, will $5 XRP be the next big thing? CoinTelegraph followed up on this topic. In a moment, I will show you their precise post. So stay put for that. There's more, though. There was some alarming news recently revealed by a prominent Bloomberg ETF expert. According to him, today may potentially witness the debut of the first XRP spot ETF in the US. I'll give you the whole picture right here before you get too excited. To ensure everyone understands when I say today, I mean Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. But here's the point, essentially. According to everyone else in the industry, this launch is most likely going to take place tomorrow, November 13th. Why then is this analyst from Bloomberg saying today? I will, however, explain that to you. Additionally, this business is making some really audacious claims about having already introduced the first XRP spot ETF in the United States. But spoiler alert, that isn't true. However, they are stating so for a very intriguing reason. Believe me, this narrative is far more complex than it first appears, but here's what I know for sure. I'm betting that tomorrow, November 13th, will mark the release of the first ever XRP spot ETF in the US. That's very much a done thing now. I'll show you this headline that has been trending. It was first provided by CoinTelegraph and comes from Yahoo Finance. Scoop. The Canary XRP ETF is approved to list on the NASDAQ after 8 filings. Now, if you have been reading my posts, which I hope you have, you are undoubtedly already aware that Canary made a really astute strategic choice. They proceeded to amend their SEC filing in order to eliminate the delaying amendment. Here's why this event on October 24th is so significant. Removing that delaying amendment essentially sets off a 20-day countdown clock. Their XRP ETF can launch immediately without requiring further clearance when those 20 days are up. And you know what? It will be precisely 20 days tomorrow, November 13th, after they took that action. I've been phoning about this for weeks. This is going live tomorrow, barring some big surprise, such as a government shutdown. The only alternative would be if the SEC intervened and put an end to it. Let's be honest, though. How likely is it that the SEC will stop this now that we have a pro-crypto administration? Almost zero, in my opinion. Allow me to tell you the precise contents of this report. Since the issuer filed an 8A filing with the U.S., Securities and Exchange Commission, the Canary XRP ETF has been automatically approved for NASDAQ listing. It is anticipated that the spot XRP ETF will begin trading later this week. This is the timeline then. On November 10th, Canary submitted their Form 8A to the SEC. In actuality, this is the last phase prior to launch. Now that the spot XRP ETF is what they refer to as auto-effective, trading can begin this week. For the precise trading date, they are merely awaiting a few last-minute legal issues, and there's something very crucial to comprehend here. Here, Canary is truly deserving of praise. On October 24th, they were the first to delete the amendment that was causing delays. They are in a position to be the first player in the US XRP ETF market because of this. Indeed, since then, numerous businesses have taken their lead. I have also written about those stories. The problem with the 20-day timer, though, is this. It is unchangeable. Canary will be the first to market unless the SEC chooses to expedite approvals for some of the other companies. Canary may have a week or two advantage over the competition, even if the SEC approves some of these other ETFs before their 20-day timers expire. Being the first to market is also very important in the field of exchange-traded funds. They executed this flawlessly, and now they will be rewarded. The victors stand out from everyone else in this field because of precisely this type of strategic thinking. They seized the chance when Canary saw it. Okay, let's examine this filing's true contents in more detail. The most recent documentation indicates that NASDAQ has formally authorized Canary's XRP ETF shares to be listed on the exchange. Furthermore, they have locked in their ticker symbol, XRPC. Quite tidy, isn't it? Their registration statement on Form S-1, which was filed with the SEC on October 24, 2025, is cited in the filing. Do not forget that date. It is essential to the entire timeline. They have a clear investing goal. Spread the word about XRP. uncomplicated yet immensely potent. This is when things start to get interesting. According to experts like Nate Carrick, the creation of the XRP ETF represents a significant win for Ripple over what he refers to as earlier anti-crypto regulators. And to be honest, he's entirely correct. Although it is undoubtedly a victory for XRP holders and the larger cryptocurrency community, this is more than that. This is particularly significant for Ripple as a business. Consider it this way. The SEC was essentially attempting to wipe out the entire XRP ecosystem when they filed a lawsuit against Ripple over 5 years ago. It's estimated that Ripple spent a couple $100 million defending against that litigation. Therefore, it is undoubtedly a significant vindication moment for them to see an XRP ETF approved. However, this is where things start to get a little hot. Stephen McClurg, the CEO of Canary Capitals, just made this audacious forecast, and I'm directly quoting him here. In its first week, the XRP ETF is likely to quadruple what Solana did. That isn't just a haphazard piece of hype, though. Over the past year, XRP-related investment products have continuously exceeded expectations if you have been keeping an eye on them. All of them have significantly surpassed what anyone believed to be feasible, whether we're discussing leveraged XRP products, futures, or anything else. The holy grail that we have all been yearning for is this spot ETF. Here's why this is so important, and this is the most important thing that everyone should know. When an investor purchases shares of this ETF, the ETF's management must go out and acquire real XRP to support the shares that are in their vault. This is why supply and demand dynamics are so drastically altered. There is real purchasing pressure on XRP itself for every dollar that enters this ETF. Yes, there will be some immediate effects, but considering what this will entail in the coming years and decades is what really excites me. It's possible that an unimaginable amount of money is entering XRP through this channel. The reason McClurg is making this prediction is that, as he notes, the market capitalization and trading volumes already make the desire for XRP very evident. However, he is bullish for other reasons as well. Take a look at this statement from Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley. And XRP ETF would be a huge product, he remarked. And he's pointing to assets worth $100 trillion that are now languishing on traditional financial tracks and will eventually move into cryptocurrency. His opinion? ETFs will be most people's first introduction to cryptocurrency. And he thinks there will be a huge demand for XRP ETFs. And what do you know? I wholeheartedly agree with that story. Everything we've observed about XRP investment vehicles points to a fantastic organic demand that is simply ready to be met. There won't be any difference with this spot ETF. It will simply be the largest and most significant one to date. Here is the headline from CoinTelegraph that I previously noted. Look at this, please. The DTCC website currently offers 11 XRP ETF products. According to analysts, XRP may see an influx of ETFs if the US closure ends $5 after that. They are genuinely inquiring as to whether XRP will soon reach $5. In all honesty, that type of price behavior isn't as insane as it could seem when you take into account the possible money flows we're discussing here. Allow me to be very honest with you on this $5 rumor. Do I think this ETF launch will cause XRP to soar in the coming day or two? To be honest, I don't think that's going to happen so fast. Do not misunderstand. I firmly believe that this ETF clearance will have a significant influence on XRP. This is how I see the wider picture. Without a doubt, the market is not now in a bear market. I'm rather certain that XRP will play a significant role in the full-fledged alt season that we're about to witness. So I don't believe it's crazy when people talk about 5, 10, or even 15 XRP. Actually, if we didn't get a huge alt season run, that would be strange. The problem is that regardless of this ETF, I believe that type of behavior will occur. This permission is more akin to adding petrol to an already raging inferno. You could say it's rocket fuel. Could I be mistaken now? Is this the precise spark that fires XRP's last leg up? Perhaps. I'll concede that it's not wild speculation, but I don't believe the circumstances are appropriate for that to occur that